Konnichiwa, y'all, and welcome to the 10 at 10 for August 29th of 2023.
Hey y'all, I'm Tim. Smash that like button. We're going to talk today about 10 new trees that are getting listed today at 10 a.m. Eastern Standard Time. Make sure you sign up for our weekly emails because in that email, there's actually 20 getting listed today, so you can get a heads up of what's coming out today at 10 a.m. Eastern Standard Time.
Now guys, we're very close to our Labor Day open house. That's going to be here at MrMaple.com. We're going to have a phenomenal time. It's going to be 8 to 4 that day, Monday of Labor Day. We're going to have a food truck, we're going to have a band, and we're going to have some crazy awesome Japanese maples out here. So make sure you come. There's going to be cool surprises that we hadn't even told you yet that'll be premiering first at open house.
Y'all, so today's the 10 at 10. That means many of these trees are getting listed at $9.59. That's just a pro tip out there. You can go on $9.59 and this thing lists and check out really quickly. Many of these trees will sell out fairly fast on our 10 at 10. So make sure you check out fast. By adding it to your cart doesn't hold it for you. You got to complete that checkout process.
All right, let's get into it. First up here on the table, we got Fountain of Youth.
Y'all, this is a selection from the Area 51 collection. It's part of our Pendulous Treasures collection. It's that Ryusen style, heavily cascading shape with a hand-like foliage.
Ponce de Leon never found it. You can find it right now on Mr. Maple at 10 a.m. The mythological Fountain of Youth coming back in stock. These have been really popular for hanging baskets. A lot of people have been doing these as hanging baskets. Probably my favorite fall color of any of the Ryusen style Japanese maples. Phenomenal yellows, oranges, almost looks like it's on fire out there. Amazing tree. Really nice in the spring too. You get some salmon pink color over top of that green, especially on the new growth even in the summer. Phenomenal. It confuses people a little bit. It almost looks like a lace leaf. Don't be confused by this one. It has a shape like Ryusen or Ryusei. It's about as tall as you stake it. I like to stake it to about 5 feet, let it weep down from there. Exceptionally heat tolerant, exceptionally durable. My favorite thing though is that fall color. It literally blazes like a fire.
This does have more of that Matsumuri style foliage with that Ryusen style. So the leaf morphology gives a unique texture out in the landscape for that heavily cascading habit. I mean, there's not a lace leaf that has such a heavily cascading habit as Ryusen. And this is the closest thing you're going to get to having that lacier foliage with that extreme weeping habit.
All right, tree frog, what we got next?
Guys, we got a lily pad.
Lily pads next. Tim's got his tree frog shirt on. Tree frogs don't really get down to lily pads. They're more like pond frogs. But we got a lily pad. He's rocking the tree frog just because he's a nerd, not because it's lily pad day. But we got a lily pad coming back. Tell him about it, tree frog.
Lily pad is a dwarf Makawa type that forms this unique shape that gets kind of wide and low. It has that tight layering habit everyone loves with Makawa Yatsubusa. It was found as a sport on Makawa Yatsubusa, but it has a green on green variegation, like a lime green on green variegation that's very unique, very different. The leaf itself is a little more divided and a little more cut than some of the other Makawa family selections, but that layering habit is just simply amazing.
You know what would make a great pairing with lily pad? Koi. Put this by your koi pond. You got a lily pad and a koi out there. Phenomenal plant. This one's low and wide. That's where it gets that name. Incredible in the fall color too. It's actually kind of funky where you get the darker green gets bolder red and you get those hints of oranges to yellows on that tip variegated part. So you get a two-tone color even in its fall color. I love this plant. Incredible plant. First one I ever saw, I paid like almost $450 for it. I think it's $350 or $400. Had to have it in my collection. We've been offering it here as frequently as possible on Mr. Maple. We always got to be bringing those variegated Makawas.
Yeah, lily pad, it's one that sells out really quickly. We try to get as large a selection of these available as possible. And we listed it once earlier this year. They sold out. The next set is just getting ready. So it's ready for shipment, the next set. Y'all, make sure to check out fast.
All right, next up we got Acer palmatum, Maizuru. Now this is an introduction by our good friend and mentor, Elizabeth. She has named so many cool plants and been such a big influence on us. Elizabeth Mundy has been like probably one of the main influences on our whole business. I think we wouldn't even be in business if it wasn't for her.
The name on this actually means dancing crane. And this one starts out with some pink flushes of growth, but it gets a lot of white. And it'll have a lot of white variegation. It's in that Yazonishki style variegation. So if you give this a light pruning, more and more variegation will come of it. You'll even get some nice striping in the bark. In fact, some of these you can see some striping in the bark right now. You know, we've got a whole video on how to prune to promote variegation in this style of a Japanese maple. And this is going to be a tree that gives you some really nice beauty and a photographer's delight, because each and every variegated leaf is different from the one beside of it.
Yeah, this was a seedling she found and just fell in love with. Incredible colors and just overall intense pinks. I mean, that's one of the things about this one, highly intense pink. That bark can even get very, very, very pink. Really showy plant, and great one to be adding to your collection. All right, what do we got next, Tim?
Next we've got Acer palmatum Scarlet Princess, one of the few witch's brooms on a lace leaf. This tree is very unique, was found as a witch's broom on Crimson Queen from our friends Tom and Nancy Ash on the coast of North Carolina. And it has everything you love about Crimson Queen, some really bright reds in the spring, maybe even brighter than Crimson Queen, some good colors during the summer, and then some bright fall colors as well.
Excellent container plant. This one's gonna look awesome in a big patio planter. You know, it kind of has a more, I would say, arching upward habit. Even though it is weeping, it kind of arches upward, especially when they're young. That witch's broom morphology changes it around a little bit. Really funky plant. And like Tim said, the colors are actually even a little bit different than Crimson Queen as well. I find it has some excellent scarlet fall color. Really nice compact overall habit, though. If you're looking for one of the dwarfest lace leaves you can grow, definitely check out Scarlet Princess. It's got everything you want. It's heat tolerant, it's colorful, and it's super compact.
Yeah, if you're trying to grow baby lace, don't. Grow a Scarlet Princess instead. It's going to be one that will actually be durable, more durable for you in the landscape than baby lace, and give you some amazing colors.
All right, next up's the one that kind of starts it all for us here at Mr. Maple. This one is an Area 51 introduction. You know, we've told you Jade Dragon is the tree that Dad introduced into the trade. Well, we go back another generation. My grandmother, Dolly Hill, was growing Japanese maples in the 50s. We're bringing back Acer palmatum Dolly Hill. This one's named after my grandma. She grew this tree. She actually brought it back in a metal bucket from Charleston, South Carolina, planted the original tree here in East Flat Rock, North Carolina. When the original tree did get damaged, it had to get taken down. There was a wreck that caused the tree to fall and damage it. Over time, I had to part with that tree. I said, you know, my grandma wouldn't look at this tree not looking this good anymore either. But before we did that, we grafted it. And kind of a funny little way how this one got introduced. Back in those days, Tim and I was doing wholesale. We'd grafted this tree to give it to family. And of course, we put the name Dolly Hill on it because it was grandma's tree. Well, when our list came out to buy plants, we had, I don't know, 30 or 40 of them on the list, and everybody wanted it because of that large leaf. It's similar to an upright red like Bloodgood, but with a much larger, more Osakazuki-like leaf. You can get some giant size foliage on this one.
And as this tree matures, the foliage changes a little bit, and you start to get this wavy appearance on the foliage itself, where the leaf sort of looks like little hills, where every lobe goes up and down, up and down. So it gives a unique appearance on the foliage as well, on a mature foliage. This tree gives you some amazing fall colors. The story goes that my grandmother had this tree out in her landscape, and she had one out in her yard, and she loved it. She babied this thing. And she had a landscaper drive by and come by and offer her money for that tree.
It's over $10,000.
Over $10,000.
Now, my grandma could have used that kind of money for sure.
And we're talking 1980s when this tree was like 30 years old. And so she turned him down and said, no, I love that tree. I love that tree. And she wouldn't part with it. That's why we have this tree today. And this is a tree that you can have in your yard. It's going to be extremely beautiful.
A lot of our love and appreciation from gardening comes from working in Grandma's garden. That original Dolly Hill kind of inspired what we do here today. All right, what we got next, Tim?
Acer Shirasawanum Red Dawn.
Now, guys, this is one of my favorite trees in my garden. And this is probably a hybrid Shirasawanum X palmatum. The reason I love this plant so much, the fall color is neon pink red. I've had this go through some of the funkiest shades of fall color. I mean, I'll have people pull over in my yard and go, what is that tree? There's a ton of trees going on. They want to know what that Red Dawn is because that fall color, it's one of the best out there.
It is. And you've got it not too far from your Nanyat, and those are exactly opposite, different in the fall color.
Neon yellow, neon pink red.
Go check out our full video we did on Acer Shirasawanum Red Dawn. It's a selection by Talon Buchholz that really gives you some amazing red fall color. One of the first of the hybrid Shirasawanums. And this is a tree that we love in Mass Garden. We've got a large specimen that we planted when we purchased Highland Creek Nursery in 2013. We took that tree from Brian's place, took it and put it in Matt's yard, and man, it looks more and more beautiful each and every year.
Now this is a Sure Solemnum X palmatum likely. You're gonna get tons of red fall color, or red spring color on this one as well. That's where it gets the name Red Dawn. It is a bold maroon to bright red, and it holds that fairly well. Now these have been in heavy shade. They are gonna be greened up right now, but this one in my garden actually still has a ton of pink red new growth flashing on this one, and a lot of dark maroon. Beautiful plant to be growing landscape. I think underrated amongst Sure Solemnum collectors.
The thing that I like about this too is sometimes in the spring you can get some weird lavender reds on this tree. We've got a few photos on our website that show that. I mean, it is some amazing spring colors on this that's really unusual and really different.
Don't sleep on these sizes. Great sizes, these 1 gallons right now too. Appreciate you. Ooh, we got some Jehoshaphat coming back.
Y'all, this is a selection that was found at Spring Grove Arboretum and Cemetery as a witch's broom. And I know my friend Rich Larson that helped, introduce this in the nursery tray, and I can just imagine him walking through the Spring Grove Arboretum and looking up.
He has a unique way of saying things.
And seeing this witch's broom in a Japanese maple and saying, "Jumpin' Jehoshaphat."
That's exactly how he tells the story too. Interesting plant, compact dwarf witch's broom. Now this is an upright dwarf, so you kind of get a little bit of height to it, but a compact habit. I would say no more than 5 to 6 foot even in 10 years.
And it has a very dense compact habit. It's everything you love about a ginkgo tree in a smaller form. So this tree's gonna give you some amazing yellow fall colors. It's salt tolerant, heat tolerant, pollution tolerant, drought tolerant, all those good things you love about ginkgos. Tighter, dense, compact. Great tree for containers, great tree out there in the landscape. Good to pair with some of the other Japanese maples because it gives such a contrasting color with that ginkgo golden yellow fall color. It is an outstanding fall color plant to use in the landscape. Make sure to give ginkgos lime. They love lime out in your garden. That allows them to take up the water nutrients more efficiently. It's not a fertilizer itself. It just helps the tree take up those waters and fertilizers better.
Now this one's gonna work zones 3 through 9. Go throw that on a US map. It's pretty much everywhere. You'll be shocked how many different places can be growing ginkgo biloba Jehoshaphat. Durable as all get out, sun tolerant, cold tolerant, salt tolerant, pollution tolerant, Tim tolerant, frog tolerant. It's a great plant, y'all.
Guys, we're bringing some conifers back to the 10 to 10. We're even been talking about a few of them. Today, we've got Piscilla Glauca blue teardrop.
Ah, beautiful blues. Now we love getting those blues in the landscape. Unfortunately, it's not a Japanese maple, so I'm not breaking out the blue dance. Tim does the yellow dance. I do the blue dance, but it's only for blue Japanese maples, which don't exist. That's a shame because it's an incredible dance. This is an awesome plant though. Piscilla Glaucas, they bring that color. And this is one of those unreal colors. You can pair this in your garden. You know, the fall color contrast of Jehoshaphat, the dwarf compact nature of lily pad, they're gonna look incredible next to a blue conifer like this and really add a lot to your garden.
As the name suggests, this one has a really nice teardrop shape as it grows. That just makes it a really nice uniform shape, really pleasing to the eye. The blue color, outstanding. Not a lot of blue colors out in nature. Some of the conifers like Piscilla Glauca, blue teardrop, you can get that amazing blue silver color out there in the landscape. Really draws your eye. It's a tree that's good zones 3 through 8. Give it some protection from the hot afternoon sun in those zone 8s. But as a little Piscilla Glauca, this is going to be a tree that's extremely hardy for a lot of people all across the country, and some good blue color.
Excellent container plant too. How about this for a container pairing? Container of Scarlet Princess, container of blue teardrop. Amazing contrast there. Bold colors, rich colors. Love what this one brings to the table.
Throw Jehoshaphat in there too, man. I mean, those are all good container plants.
All right, next up we got Peve Tyne. Now I know Tyne Vergelt, he's visited our nursery. Really nice gentleman. His dad is Piet Vergelt. That's where you see a lot of those Peves coming in. So people, one of my pet peeves is when people say peavy. I don't know why, that just drives me nuts. People say, I want one of them peavy minarets, one of them peavy starfishes. You know, I might have said it wrong too, but when I asked Tyne how they like to say it, they did say Peve. So, but it's a signature on those.
I will say it is a made-up name.
Right.
Like, it's a conglomeration
Piet
of
and then
Piet
Vergelt.
and Vergelt. So, I mean, is it really a real way to say it?
I mean, it might peeve me off if you say peavy, but Tyne Vergelt, awesome dude. We took him on a tour here of a garden in Flat Rock, and he really thought the funniest thing was that we have a lot of bear damages. He was like, man, you know, we're used to some rabbit damages, but we had a guy who was getting a lot of conifers here locally tore up by some bears. And it was
maples too.
Yeah, but what was kind of funny is while we're walking around, a bear had messed with his Peve minaret
Peve yellow.
and a Peve yellow and a Peve starfish.
And a Peve multicolor.
And I said, Tyne, you better get out of here now, man, before they find out your last name. You're a goner. That bear's coming for you, man. Because all 4 trees that it messed with were Piet introductions. But Peve Tyne, named for his son, amazing plant, lots of colors on this one, and very, very durable conifer as well.
What I love about this conifer is it's an evergreen. It's good to zones 3. It gives you some good kind of blue silver kind of color, but it has some yellow hints in here as well.
Yeah, it's kind of a, like, I don't even know what color to describe this one at sometimes. Sometimes it's silvery, sometimes it's yellowy. It's got the silvery yellow mist color.
It's a multicolored conifer that can add a lot of color in those small spaces. Being an evergreen, this is a tree that can give some year-round interest to pair with your Japanese maples. Great for containers, but it just has that sort of rounded pyramidal shape as well. And it is a tree that is very unique with the colors. And it's gonna grab your eye and attention because it does have a little bit of that yellow that I like and a little bit of that blue that Matt likes.
Awesome. All right, last but not least, what do we got here on the table? Yazonishki.
Y'all, Yazonishki is an amazing upright red with a brick red color and some really bold orange fall colors.
Now, this one was named by Yeezy, I believe. No, all right, we ain't got our Yeezys on today. Yazonishki, older Japanese cultivar from Japan, incredible durable red. I almost like to think of this one sometimes as like the Japanese Emperor One. Like it's durable as all get out, but it brings some of those cherry peak red colors as well.
What I like about it is it's a red upright, but it's not your traditional red.
Yeah.
I mean, it is that cherry red to brick red and then orange in the fall rather than your typical just red.
Pairs amazingly with any other red uprights. That orange fall color really sets it apart though. I mean, I think it gives it something different even amongst red uprights.
Yeah, I mean, you throw this in there, you throw something like a Blackbeard's Gold, and you get all different colors all across the spectrum. I mean, this is a classic red upright Japanese maple from Japan. Really fun. And again,
awesome sizes.
And if you're looking for a red upright, but you want something a little bit different, look no further than a Yazonishki.
All right, guys, let us know in the comment section what's your favorite tree on the table today. I'm gonna go ahead and tell you mine's Dolly Hill. I'm a sentimental guy, it's my grandma's name. But some awesome ones here today. This is just 10 of the 20. We're gonna be dropping 20 trees today. So make sure to check your email after this video and see what we have in stock. There's some incredible stuff re-dropping on Mr. Maple. We've been doing these 10 at 10s every single Tuesday, and we hope you've been enjoying them. We've been trying to bring some of our most premium content back in stock for you guys.
And y'all, we've got our open house coming up on Labor Day. I can't leave today without reminding you about that. Make sure you get your hotel quick. Don't drive up here and expect to get a hotel because a lot of the hotels will be sold out here in Hendersonville that weekend.
We are having the Apple Festival.
We are having the Apple Festival. And y'all, it is going to be amazing. We got a ton of people coming from all over the United States. We got Japanese maples galore in all these greenhouses. You're going to go through and see tons of stuff you've never seen before. See a ton of really awesome sized 1 gallons too.
We got a food truck for breakfast and lunch. On top of that, we got the Carolina Drifters here live. They're dropping their album soon. Really cool, talented people. A lot of them work here at Mr. Maple. They're just awesome guys. Come check out that band. It's kind of rock, it's kind of southern rock, it's kind of country. I'll probably throw them in that southern rock category. I love it. Whatever you want to consider them, they're awesome. Check out their single gas line as well.
And guys, we're going to have some large 10 gallons out here as well. We can't ship those, but you can pick them out in person at the open house. Have some large trees to put out in the landscape to start off with as well. So a lot of fun things happening and cool people coming that you meet and talk with. And if you're coming and you're often involved in the live chat, let us know. We'd be happy to shoot a top 5 with you. We love Japanese maples. Our open houses are a time when we can actually come, interact with you, share our passion of what we do, what we love out here in our greenhouses with you. So come be here, you're gonna love it.
And if you want to talk to Tim about tree frogs, do that on Tuesday. We got a lot to do on open house. Take care.
God bless.
And have a great day.